Welcome to The Tread. My name is Dallas and I'm the parent of two autistic boys, Ash and Jet. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how we've integrated speech therapy into our everyday routine. Speech therapy, occupational therapy, psychology, music therapy, physio, the list just goes on. Then there's driving to and from therapy, school, after-school activities, not to mention cooking, cleaning, laundry, going to work, and so on. Life as a parent is busy and exhausting. Usually these therapies are once or twice a fortnight, and they only go for 30 to 60 minutes. For my boys, it sometimes took them about 15 minutes to become regulated enough to actually engage with the therapist, which would only leave about 15 to 30 minutes of actual therapy. This was not much time to see a lot of progress. So the therapist would often recommend to do the therapies at home with the boys. In my head, I'm thinking, I often found that it was hard to find time to do therapy. And when I did, I was so tired and really not in the right frame of mind. It was a lot different when they were younger and did a lot more learning through play. Now that Ash and Jet are older, they really don't like doing the fine motor tasks, playing games or other activities that the therapists use to try to engage them. So our solution is to integrate these therapy tasks and strategies into everyday routines. Things that can be done alongside or within tasks that already happen. Ash is non-verbal and uses Prolo to communicate with. Jet is verbal but has various communication issues. So the following examples come from my experience with Ash and Jet. As I talked about in my last video, it's so important that we take Ash's Prolo with us wherever we go, so that if he wants to say something, he can. To make this easier, we got a protective cover with a shoulder and hand strap. I also purchased a second iPad mini to use as a support device, which I wear whenever I'm with Ash, so that his voice can stay with him. Having it right there on me also prompts me to use it a lot more to model language with Ashley. Sometimes there were places that we couldn't take it, for example, the swimming pool. So I made a laminated hard copy and put it into a phone armband so I could take it into the water with us. Check out these other videos for more on how we use Prolo. We need to stop talking so much and stop repeating ourselves. We need to try to say it once and then pause. I often find it so easy to forget that Ash and Jet need more time to process what I've said. I try to count to 15 or 20 in my head before giving them another prompt. There have been many instances where I've counted to 20 in my head and I'm just about to re-prompt when Ash or Jet get up and do what I've asked them to do. We also try to reduce the number of words that we use when giving instructions, asking questions, or making observations. When speaking to the boys, we try to stop talking verbally all the time. Instead, we use the support device to speak for us, so that we can model more language to them. This is one of my favourite quotes. To me, meaningful can mean in a way that they can process it effectively. Prolo does this because the message stays there and gives them time to process it. I often find myself yelling at Ash or Jet across the room and wondering why they don't respond. I'll then repeat myself, which has little effect. It is better to go and stand next to them or in front of them before speaking. If appropriate, you could put your hand on their shoulder or arm. Get down to their level. When we have their attention, our communication is a lot more successful. If you are just calling across the room, there's a high chance that they won't hear or respond to you. Declarative language is making comments or observations. I found that Ash is great at requesting using the prolo, and Jet will ask us for things with 1 or 2 word utterances. But there is so much more to communication than just requesting. Don't get me wrong, it's fantastic that they can get their needs met by requesting and answering yes or no questions. But I want to know what they like or don't like, what they think of the TV show that they're watching, how they're feeling, and so on. So by modelling on the prolo how I'm feeling, or commenting on the TV show that we're watching, I'm showing them that communication is more than just requesting.
Ash, I can't see. Stupid kitey tree. Cold. Sad.
Declarative language can also be used in place of instructions. For example, I'm going to put my shoes on, or I'm hungry, I'm going to go have lunch. This can get them thinking about doing the same. We find with the boys that constantly giving them instructions and telling them what to do just makes them irritated and dysregulated. So commenting or asking questions helps them to feel more in control of their decisions. This is something we would do when the boys were younger and they did a lot more play therapy. We still do use it though from time to time. It's great for teaching core words or action words. When you are doing a core word or action word, over-exaggerate the action the same time that you say the word. Let me show you some examples. In, or you could use another word. Put, it's over there. It can also be helpful when teaching pronouns. For example, I, you. We all know that there's more to communication than just words. Use exaggerated facial expressions when using some words, especially feelings. This is a big one. As parents, we often anticipate what our children want or need and do it for them. There's nothing wrong with that. When the boys were younger and first did speech therapy, it was a very play-based method. The therapist would play games with them on a swing, with a toy, or reading a book. And if they liked it and wanted more, the therapist would wait for them to gesture or verbalise that they wanted more, therefore showing them that communication can get them what they want. We also did this while using PECs. During snack time, if they wanted a particular food, they had to hand over the corresponding picture card. Even though I know what they want most of the time, I'll pretend not to. And I'll ask them to get their prolo so they can tell me what they want or need. Sometimes Ash will type, "I want different" on his prolo. I know that this generally means that he wants to choose music. I've recently been modelling, "Can I choose music?" as an alternative to "I want different." When he asks this question, I'll also go, "Different what?" This is an indirect prompt to get him to be more specific. In pretending to not know what he wants, it causes him to be more purposeful in his communication, once again showing him how powerful communication can be. He also has to think about what he's saying, rather than just using the same phrase all the time. I hope you found this video helpful. Check out the links in the description box for more information on some of the stuff I've talked about. Make sure you check out my other videos, and feel free to make a comment or ask a question down below. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button to the right of the screen. Thanks for watching. Bye!